See Elon Musk's new robot drops, full iRobot vibes. I did. I saw the announcement that Tesla, by the way, the Tesla Robotaxi. Have you seen this thing? Pull up Tesla just real quick before we do this last topic. Just Google Tesla Robotaxi. This is for the record, this is cap. There's no way they're gonna be selling this for $30K. Look at that thing, bro.
With the butterfly doors.
And there's no steering wheel inside.
And what's the goal?
It's
just
their
surrender your life to technology?
completely autonomous self-driving taxi that they're putting all over the streets.
So is this their way of like coding it so that people can actually self-drive?
Yes.
You have to like make it completely non-operational so that it meets some sort of code. So it's not you have to keep your finger on it.
I
know
don't know.
You're gonna pay $14,000 for self-driving, but you got to put your finger on it.
So they're saying they're gonna sell it for $30K, but I just think this is a fire two-door Tesla. Like just give us a steering wheel and let me drive it myself.
Fire two-door Tesla,
right?
Interesting. Yeah,
thing's fire.
Yeah.
I don't like the gold rims. It looks a little goofy with the gold tires.
Is it gold or is it just like is that just the lighting?
It's like the way they colored it. I don't like how that looks.
Yeah, it's silver or gold or something. Yeah, it's some sort of warm metal look. I think it's just for city use. But like, why would you buy it for your like people in New York?
Someone said Tesla takes your car while you're at work, so it can be a taxi, then comes back to when your work is over. That's kind of fire.
That sounds pretty awesome.
You buy it. It drives you to work. And then when you're at work, it goes and works for you.
Talk about dual income, no kids.
That's fire.
Just being like, yo, I'm gonna get. I know, yeah. Like what are Ubers making, right? Per year. If someone in San Diego can make $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 a year driving hardcore for Uber, and then but you have a job in SoCal making a livable wage, and then you send your car out and make another livable wage.
Here's a side hustle for you guys.
Would that be worth the $30K in debt? Would you break Dave Ramsey and go $30K in debt? The average consumer, let's say your San Diegan household income of $80,000, right? Wife, kid.
The average household in San Diego is $98,000.
Okay, average household income $98,000, and then they need a car, and they can go, but they only have $5,000 to put down on the Tesla, so they have to go $25,000 in debt, but it can run Uber for them in the off time.
Oh no, Dave.
That's
Uncle Dave.
That's starting to outwork the debt math there.
Yeah, but quick side hustle note: if you're going through it financially, you need a side hustle. You're 25 years or older. Did you know that Avis has a partnership with Uber, where you can rent an Avis car every week for $260 a week, not counting fees and taxes, with insurance. So it's $300.
Maybe that's how I get my second car. I just run Uber at night.
$300 a week.
Yeah.
And my buddy who was in Pittsburgh was telling me he was making $300 a day.
Wow.
He was taking home over $2K a week driving for Uber.
That's pretty impressive. That's really impressive.
4 days a week.
And then you got to pay taxes on it, but...
Excuse me, 5 days a week.
Wow. 5 days a week.
Yeah. Wow. So you don't have to use your own car. You don't have to put the wear and tear on your car. You can use someone else's car. And it's, he says he pays $40 a day. So anyway, little side hustle update for you. I was like, Avis? Like the rental car agencies are now partnering with these things.
Yeah, and it goes right into the app. I knew some people that did it. So then all of your rides in the beginning just go back to paying back Avis. But if you do that in one day, then Monday, it's the rental's paid off for the whole month.
I think he does it daily. I think he said it's like $45 a day or something like that.
Yeah, and it is per week, so you're paying that $300 per week.
Yeah. So like a taxi driver, except you don't have to use your own car. The issue with Uber and Lyft before was that you were using your own car.
Yeah.
So you're putting all that wear and tear on your car, and when you factor that in, that doesn't always turn out to be a net positive.
Okay. To be fair though, if you have a car payment, let's say it's a reasonable $350. Right, and I say that's reasonable because I know the average car payment nowadays is like $600 or $700, depending where you live.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say $350. Right, you have a car payment $350. That's only 1 week of the Avis Preferred. So technically, if you were actually to budget accordingly,
But here's the thing.
Then you just put away $600 a month.
But you're not factoring in. One, you probably got to go in. Well, you do got to go into debt. Two, you're not factoring in the wear and tear on your property. You're putting wear and tear on Avis's property. It's someone else's car.
But what I'm saying is that you're putting wear and tear on the property, but you are spending $1,000 a month to rent the car.
Sure.
Whereas if a car payment's $350, then you pay $350 and you're paying $600 in repairs. Like you're outrunning the repair costs anyways.
Well, you gotta factor in how long is the car gonna go, how long is the repairs, right? There's certain cars, and I'm not a advocate for leasing ever, but there are certain cars that you lease because they just have way more issues with them. Like Range Rover is a car that is better to lease because the repair costs are so expensive and they break down all the time.
Well, if leasing isn't good and they're better to lease, it just means they're not good to buy.
Yeah.
They're not good to own.
Yeah. So
probably should just not drive a Range Rover.
Yeah, it's like old school taxi drivers. Yeah, I guess so. I guess that's a way to look at it. It's like old school taxi drivers.
Oh, because they would
pay every week for the car. But them cars are trash. Them taxi cars are awful.
Whack.
Those are awful.
Outdated system.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
You just feel like a car prisoner.
I think you make more money on Uber and Lyft.
That's true. With the Tesla Uber though, it's only 2 seats, so you're not getting. But you can,
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here in beautiful Carlsbad, California. That's the beach right behind me. And some of you guys have been asking about the first ever Bless God Summit. Well, I am ecstatic to announce to you that we have confirmed the venue here at the Carlsbad Westin Spa and Resort, just a few miles from the beach, right next to Legoland. This place is phenomenal. I've been on staycation here with my family, and I can't wait to show you how awesome this resort truly is. All right, so I'm here on the lawn right outside of the ballroom where the Bless God Summit will be happening here. We'll be getting to hang out, have opportunities to mingle, build with some of the speakers. And this is not just a destination conference. This will be the solution to the culture war. As we're coming out of a tumultuous 2024, our hope is to empower, inspire, and equip you to live a life that blesses God by living a better story and building better culture. So we're not just gonna be sitting down for 8 hours a day and having speakers pour into you. That will be some of it, but this will be an interactive, creative approach to make sure that the information and the transformation hits you in a way that has an impact and empowers you to be the light and the salt that Jesus talks about in Matthew chapter 25. While we're more divided than ever before, while nihilism and despair is spreading everywhere, we want to make sure that we come together and give you guys an opportunity to grow in hope, to grow in faith, grow in vision by our incredible lineup of speakers. We have Dr. Sean McDowell, who's going to be speaking. We have my man Alan Parr and his wife, Jen Parr. We also have Lila Rose from Live Action, as well as my man Trizzle Fitness, giving you the practical implications of what it means to honor God with your body. And of course, my man Preston Perry. In addition to those speakers, we have Ryan Horton confirmed to lead worship. We have a special performance by America's Got Talent winner, Dustin Tiavella. And we have a whole additional lineup of speakers and performers that we're in the process of confirming right now. So the event's gonna be here in the Grand Pacific Ballroom, but if you have kids and you're like, they're gonna make noise, feel free to hop right on over to our family overflow room. Now, some of you guys may not be familiar with Carlsbad, California, but for a little bit of context, we're about 40 minutes from the San Diego airport, about an hour from the Orange County airport, and about an hour and a half from the LAX airport. We're about 1.5 miles from the beach, and you hear that noise behind me? Well, that is Legoland. And this property has its own entrance right onto Legoland. So this would be a great opportunity for those of you guys that have families to come out, plan a vacation around this, take the kids to Legoland, and enjoy the beautiful weather, Carlsbad, California. And if you're single looking to mingle, we have a special event planned just for you. Now, in terms of lodging, one of the coolest things is you can stay right here on site at the Westin. We have a limited amount of rooms blocked off just for you guys at a slightly discounted rate. And there's also other hotel and Airbnb options in the area. So go to blessgodsummit.com, happening March 27th, 28th, 29th. We have a limited number of VIP tickets that are gonna be packed with all kinds of perks, additional things you can get into. But if you just wanna get a general admission, go there as well. Bring your family, come hang out with us, and be the answer to all the craziness that's happening in the world today.